Right. Okay, I'm making this as I want to say hi again, everybody. Okay, so this is my third or fourth time trying to make this video today. It's a very rainy, windy day, and I'm making a video for you guys. Okay, it's me, Wushu Richard. Thanks for joining me once again. In today's video, okay, the topic is violence, and I want to just say, okay, and I know people say this often, but myself personally, I'm sick and tired of seeing the amount of violence that's going on in the world. Something needs to be done. We need to set a role model. We need to set an example for ourselves, to our children, and to whatever generation, to humanity. Human beings all over the world no matter what it be, different beliefs, political correctness, or whatever group you subscribe to, or your individuality, or whatever you agree with or you disagree with, on all the complexities of this and that, which to you may seem very valid, and to other people they've got their own points, and it's a free-for-all battle of survival / BS a lot of the time. I'll say it's like survival, yeah, survival. When you've got people against each other, it can be hard. You've got to survive in that concrete jungle, as they say. It's like a battle, a war every day almost. But I'm saying, you know, when you start adding BS and start doing things which are unnecessary, that's where you get problems. Now, what I'm going to say is, I believe all lives should be valued. Just value yourself and value others, and that's all there is to it. We're all human beings, and we can all do good things. We could live in peace together. You might say that's not true, but I believe that is true. And I see a lot of unnecessary violence all over the world. Now, what I want to say, okay, is this, okay. Last night, I went to sleep very late on my computer. I was awake, watching videos on my computer and stuff. You know, I had work today. I've just finished work, as I say, isn't that? But it's lunchtime now. But you know, last night I was watching videos, and I finished up watching some positive videos. I was watching some martial arts videos and stuff, you know, about positivity and self-discipline, you know. But before that, though, I was watching a lot of videos. I was looking for all kinds of stuff online, not to bring myself down or, you know, negative. But what I was doing is I was watching videos as usual to see the state of the world we're living in a lot of places in the world right now. There's a lot of violence all over Europe. When you talk about, like, in England, where I come from, all kinds of countries, there's loads of fighting and protests and stuff going on in America too about this Trump. There's people for Trump, people are against him, but you see people, just human beings, battering each other up, you know. And you say, is that really necessary, all for one human being? I'm very sorry, it's very windy today, okay, you know what I'm saying, right? Very sorry, it's very windy today. I was trying to give you a good setup here in this little area, but yeah, okay, but you know what I'm saying, okay. Yeah, okay, politics, I'm not going to get deep into politics. I'm not going to get deep. I'm not going to start talking to you about religion or beliefs or this or that. I'm just saying, people subscribe to one belief or another, or what they think is right. I'll say that, you know, and what they think is wrong. There's people who think they're oppressed. There's people who subscribe to one group. There's other people who are worried about their individuality and how people treat them. You know, it's like they're a victim. It's like they're, you know, value yourself first and foremost, I'll say. We live in these times now where we've got very good technology, and I think the internet's a great thing too, and you know, we can use it to communicate and do a lot of things. But I see people using it wrongly, and most importantly, it's like people are just brainwashed by whatever they see in the media, entertainment, or whatever. People are just brainwashed. The young people, the youths are getting brainwashed too, and human beings just getting brainwashed left and right like robots. What I want to say, okay, is, to the point, right, violence though. I've seen so much violence last night. When you get these world star hip hop like fight videos and stuff, street fights, you've seen all that, you know, you get that all the time anyway. But I've seen a lot of fight videos. When you just go online and look for it, I mean, I've saw some fights in London, fights on buses, gang crime, muggings, robbings. You hear about rapes, gang rapes, things like that. Violence over there in shops, buses, trains, fights on trains across the world, in Asia, in America. wherever it be, to different levels and different situations. But you get the religious stuff going on and fighting. You do get debates and stuff. I'm saying actual real fights and violence. I've seen people smashing up, vandalism and all kinds of stuff. Last night I was watching videos, all the violence that's going on over France, in France right now, all over France. We've seen that in Paris, with the migrant problems they're having over there and all of that. Whatever, I'm not going on about whoever, like, a massive army of migrants or even just one individual who's just causing trouble. I'm not about anything. I'm not talking about race, I'm not talking about religion, I'm not talking about politics, I'm not talking, all this stuff like the fights over Trump and that. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about one kind of violence. So violence on the whole is wrong, and it's just pathetic. I've seen prison fights I was watching last night. People, they've got phones in the prison that are supposed to be banned, but they're like filming the fights and stuff. You get young kids, loads of videos you see from schools across the world, like in the West and many places, where kids will be kids, fair enough, but adults should set the damn example. It's going to be real, right? And kids are like filming it up. Like the other day, because I hate bullying, as I was bullied when I was a kid, but I'm just saying, there's kids filming up bullying, there's kids like filming up like kids beating up another kid or two kids fighting or whatever, and it's filmed and they're on their phones and say, yeah, ha ha ha, make her cry or make him cry and upload it onto YouTube, haha, and then they think it's entertainment, upload it on YouTube. This is barbaric, this is insanity. They're growing up with the wrong attitude, and I'm not trying to be funny, like certain things, I'm allowed free speech, I know we're all allowed free speech. I don't agree personally, I should say, right? You can do what the hell you want, but I don't like all this stuff about transgender and trans whatever the hell, chop yourself up and make yourself into something else, another gender or another animal or whatever you want to do, or robot, chip in your brain or whatever they're trying to do in this day and age. I don't go to that. I subscribe to that. I mean, I was born who I am and that's who I am. Fair enough. If you think that's what you are, that's up to you. But I'm just saying, right? I'm not going to feel that I need to change myself in any way, shape or form, even in a way of thinking, even just to because I feel oppressed by others. That's just weakness, I feel. You get some of these religious monks and stuff. Like I heard a story about a couple of monks in Tibet who set themselves on fire to prove a point or something. You hear stories about young kids or young teenagers who've been through bullying or abuse or whatever it might be, and fair enough, some of those stuff's real and it can hurt and harm them in their lives, but you need to take care of your mind. I know it's hard to say, things can affect you in your life, but no matter what time it is now or it's later in your life, you need to, whatever's happened or happening, you need to be stronger than that and overcome it. You see stories with like young kids or teenagers and stuff that have committed suicide on camera and on Facebook Live or whatever it is, all this stuff, and to prove a point. You could jump off a building right now. Don't do it, okay? I'm just saying, if you jump off a building and try to prove a point, you think the world's going to remember you? They just remember that person who jumped off a building, and that's it. To prove a point and make a message. I've always said this, and I'll say this again. If you feel so bad about yourself, I always say this to people, even my students here. I say to people, if you feel unhappy and you feel bad, there's no reason to be committing suicide or self-harm. I know a lot of cases of this stuff I've heard of and stuff. It's like, because you are sane, right? It means you're a bit sane, more sane, right? Because you're not happy and you don't like the situation you're in, and you're not happy with the situation you're in. You're not dying, or you're not being kicked on the floor and just laughing and like it's okay, or on drugs or. So if you're sane and you're in control of yourself, you'll do the right thing for yourself. I would say stay away from drugs. Full stop. Stay away from drugs. Stay away from dangerous places. Stay away from stupid people, dangerous people. Stay away from whatever's wrong. Keep away from fights and arguments. Stay off drugs. Stay off alcohol. Don't drink and don't smoke. If I was you, I'm just saying. I'm not an angel myself. I'm just saying, be wise. You might not eat the most healthy diet, but it's like, do things. Try to steer more towards logical. What's right for you, not logic as in what dictates or what's accepted more or this or that in the world, but but don't go around looking for trouble. And I'm just saying, it's like if you value yourself in your life, if you know that you're not happy and you're a bit angry or you feel depressed and pressured in your life, there's so much upsetting you right now, that means you're saying a bit because you know you don't like this situation, you want better. The people around you are making you feel unhappy, nobody understands you, you don't agree with what they're saying, but you can't always change people and try and change them and this or that. It's like you're not happy in your job situation. It might be hard to find another job, or you might not be happy where you live in, but you might need to move away to find another job or move out. You might need to cut that crap out of your life. You're just going to have to do it. Anything negative is no good for you, but you can't change a piece of crap, dog turd. You can't change it into gold. You can't change money into oxygen oil, can you? You might say exchange it for food, but I'm saying you can't do, unrealistic. You're a human being. You're part of nature. If you know you're not happy in your life, that means you're smart enough and you know that you want better. But you shouldn't be like a slave to people and feel like, I want better from people. I want them to accept me. I've done everything for you. I've given you this. I've given you whatever love, or I've given you my time and trust and money and whatever you've done. People, at the end of the day, there's people in the world who just don't give a damn and they just don't think like we do. And there's some people that are selfish, and there's some people who are just go through their way of thinking. In a way, it's like you can say we're all insane to some extent, because a lot of people, we can't control our actions and our expressions of feeling in every single situation. But we've got to steer away from the bad and steer towards the good. To make a productive society, we first of all need to communicate with ourselves, get that sanity level up, communicate with your kids, your children. And the stuff they're advertising on the TV now, it's all on the internet and wherever. It's all brainwashing garbage, a lot of it for the kids. I'm just saying, right? The young people growing up in this day and age where adults are fighting all the damn time, and it's all this is entertainment, this is okay, this is becoming more acceptable. You see this stuff in the news. What's her name? Emma Watson. No offence to people, Emma Watson and Nicki Minaj and coming on there and hanging with their breasts out. Now, for a man, I'm a normal man. I'm just saying, right? I'm hetero, so of course it's very attractive, right, to see a female looking good. But I'm just saying, right, to be out in public, going out buck naked or whatever, or half naked, and this stuff you see, as I've said before, like even in England or America or wherever, when you see people the annual every year go naked, or what's it, public, whatever the hell, pillow fights, fair enough, but when you see this buck naked people on the underground or on the subway and things like this, and underpants, only in their underpants and stuff, underwear, it's like, what the hell are you doing? What the hell is the message you're trying to put across to people? I'm not going to swear and get irate in this video. I will do in another one maybe for the to get it out of there. But in this one, I'm just saying basically here, it's simple. What kind of message are people trying to put out there? You're your freedom. You're allowed to do this and that. What productively are we trying to do? We wear clothes. You might say fashion and that you want to look a certain way. I've got my own style. I don't like to wear certain things. Certain things I do. I might not be the most fashionable, this or that. But I'm saying, you might not be the richest or poorest. They're different cultures anyway. Different things. I'm rambling. It's a rant right now. I feel you want to say all this and that. But I'm just saying, people will disagree with you. People will think this and that, whatever anyway. But at the end of the day, on a cold day, you want to wear clothes anyway, because clothes are there to keep you warm in your body. If we had fur on our body, we'd be like animals. Nowadays, people are trying to get to the point where anything's okay. You hear these terrible stories about paedophiles, torture, people being kidnapped, people being abused. I saw a video the other day with a big group of people beating this woman up. They were men. Now, I'm just saying, I don't care what people say. A male is a male and a female is a female at the end of the day. And whoever you are as a human being, though, bullying in general, nobody should be beating anybody up. And the amount of cruelty I've seen this week in the news towards animals. A rhino got shot, got its horns sawed off. A crocodile got killed with a slab of concrete. People were beating him up. They killed a crocodile. People have been chucking stones at, I'm not even making this up, this is true. They're chucking stones at fucking, excuse my language, hippos, elephants, lions. I'm not even making this up. I'm saying from what I've seen recently. A few other ones too. I've just totally forgotten now. There was a dog that was abused, chopped up and stuff. There's another poor story also about some turtle that ate loads of coins and stuff because human beings were chucking money into a fountain for good luck. I mean, come on, man. You know, and the amount of fighting that's going on in the world now, the amount of violence all over the world, England, America, fighting amongst people. India, I've seen videos about India as well. Sweden, Germany, you know this stuff with the migrants that's going on right now. Denmark, Europe in general, you know, London, England, everywhere. It's just, what is wrong with people? And the bullying in the schools and the fighting and the abuse of young girls or sexual grooming gangs and all this and rape. And for a man to attack a woman, it's just absolutely disgusting. And for a group as well. And as for rape, I can't even understand rape. What the hell is wrong with people? Rape, they're beastly animals. Rape, it's like they don't even just force sex upon whoever their victims are. They always it's like a violent thing and beating someone. Usually when you have sex, I'm just not being graphic, I'm just saying, when you have sex or you make love with someone, it's because you feel attracted to them. A man feels attracted to a gentle woman because he likes that. You know, a male or female likes a man or whatever. I'm just saying usually, right? And it's like, it's a loving thing, and you're very attracted to them. You think there's something beautiful. It's not about you want to hold them and beat them and fucking, excuse my language, like I'm swearing, I know, but so I don't understand why someone would want to attack someone or rape them in general anyway, or sexually assault anybody. It's not on either way. I'm just saying. You know, and then men beating women and attacking women, it's just not on. Muggings going on, gang crime. I want to say to the people across the world, people who run these countries and allow this crime to go on, I just can't understand it. Do people understand how much shootings are going on in the world, how much, or drug trafficking, or whatever it be, prostitution? Fair enough. You know, the amount of crime, the gang crime, the use, the thugs with the gun crime, the knife crime, the drugs. And what the hell about legalise this, legalise that, just to get you one way of thinking, whatever this or that, marijuana and damn heroin and all this crap, you know, and drugs. There's marijuana, heroin, weed. There's smoke weed every day and all this. I'm just saying, I'm just saying that all this stuff you see online. I'm just chilling out, man, having some weed. You know, what the hell is wrong with you? Alcohol, you're messing yourself up. Drugs, you're just messing your damn self up. Value your damn self. Do some exercise. Keep your body healthy. People bringing you down. You might not be able to win every fight or win every argument, but you might not need to. Avoid it and go for where there's peace. But what we need to do, all human beings, is use your natural abilities. You might be smart, you might be confident, whatever. But whatever you've got, get more knowledge, get more experience, get more communication with people. Try to. And be positive and just live and let live. Respect people for who they are. Let them think what they want to think. But, you know, you're allowed to think what you want to think too, and then just be positive in that, you know, be patient and positive and friendly with people. Just do the right thing and just make society better. That's what I think. You might say, well, that's easy for you to say, man, you know, you're not being oppressed, or you're not this or that, or discriminated against, or you're not, you know, or you're not living in a poor situation, run down, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. But there's people in the world starving. There's some places in the world that are really poor, fair enough, or really scarce. There's water scarce, or people are fighting for survival, and they really are fighting with each other. But there's other places in the world too where there's poor people, or like they're not like really like modern cities and that, and they're still getting on with each other. They know to respect each other, respect family, respect humanity, treat. You know what I mean? They're just more normal, got that humanness about them. And it's the same for anyone. It doesn't matter who you are, rich or poor, anyone from anywhere. Violence is not the answer. Violence is not the answer. If you were to kill everybody around you now, or beat everybody to a pulp, what would you get? You wouldn't get anything. What, respect? You get fear. You get I don't know what people want in this world. I don't need anything from anyone. That's what you should look at it like. I don't need anything. I don't need your damn respect. You don't respect me. Screw yourself. You know, I respect my damn self first and foremost. If someone's positive towards me, or if someone's not giving me any trouble, then I'll value it. I've got no reason to look down on someone. As I've said before, nobody needs to earn my respect. They might need to re-earn it, but there's still a bit of ego on my part. I respect people no matter what, and understand that they're going through their own ways of thinking. They just need to this and that. If you need to protect yourself, if you need to fight for your defence and that, fair enough. I advise everybody to learn some self-defence, especially women too. Okay, as well. And it's that tactics as well, your mind and being aware of your situation and avoiding trouble first and foremost, using any method possible. Physical fighting and stuff like that last. And as for the gun crime and the knives and stuff and all this going on in the world, it's just awful. Okay, really, it's just not right at all. I feel, because I say so. Look, if you were to kill everybody around you in the world, and if you were the only person living in this world, it would be peaceful for a moment, and then it would get boring. Because there was a story in the news the other day, I think it was, where this guy opened the door. I think he was 18-year-old. You get people beating up their parents and killing their parents or their family members. So, and killing. There's another guy who killed his kids, someone, I think his sister and his mother or something. There's a young boy, and he called the police and said that. And there's another one who, a guy who pulled out a machete or a chopper, knife or something, and in one hand he had the knife, I think, and in the other hand he had his mother's severed head. He opened the door to greet the police, holding that. They're being brought up in this society where anything's okay. People are going buck naked on the street. You might think I'm blaming this, I'm blaming that, just for this. I'm just saying, literally, you can blame it on computer games next or whatever you want. I'm not trying to say that, I'm just saying, but literally people are becoming robotic. They're coming out of touch with reality and nature. True reality is in humanity, what we are, nature. And they're just watching whatever's on the TV. Oh, Miley Cyrus, whatever she's called, has gone buck naked again, people walking around with their body parts hanging out, and they're chopping this off, chopping that off, and that's all right. Free speech, and everybody's okay, but you can't say anything. If you go against anything, if you not go against it, if you say anything, like, I don't like this or I don't like that, as an individual, who you are, you won't be respected by the majority. People follow the majority because they're weak. They're like lemmings walking off a cliff. That's what it is. If you were just you and you were to say something different, then you'd be called out for being someone different to the rest of it, you know what I mean? To everybody else. And so you've got to remember, if you're following a group and you think, oh, you're fighting for your rights, or you're trying to get, this and that, you should remember a lot of times you're only listened to or taken note of if you're in a group. If you're an individual, you're not. So that means every individual in that group, as I've said before, even if you think you're getting somewhere and getting respect, whatever, okay, they're going to accept whatever, a gay marriage, a transgender, and that. Every one of you, I don't even agree with it myself. I'm just saying, I don't like that stuff. I'm just saying, that's me, right? So you won't respect me for it because I don't like the gay agenda. As I said, I don't like it. But I'm just saying, right? The people that are, every one of you, you might be thinking that you're getting someone when you're doing it for this movement, LGBT, ZT, whatever the hell, right? At the end of the day, if you were just an individual, nobody would listen to you. You'd be discriminated against. They wouldn't be saying, okay, we're going to legalise this, we're going to legalise heroin or whatever people are going on about. Whatever movement you are, you'd be stuck there. Like it's almost like they're putting a nail in the coffin for you. You wouldn't be respected. So it's only because you're a majority and it's all money, control, brainwashing power. You're not even that anyway. But why do we need societies? Why do we need laws? Why do we need all this stuff? We need it because it's got civilization. That's what we need. We need civilization so we can control it ourselves. And fair enough, we've got a system where we have to work and live. Fair enough, I understand all that. But we can be more human and respect each other and understand and be more natural. And treat anyone fairly for whoever they are. You're allowed to think, I'm allowed to think what I want to think down here. You don't have to be rude or try to bring people down or hurt them either mentally or physically. If you feel bad about it, sticks and stones will break my bones, names will never hurt me. I said, if you feel bad about what someone said to the point where you're going to just cry or kill yourself, that's your own fault. Or you want to start destroying the place or hurting people. You're going to have nothing to live in. You destroy this world, you've got no world to live in. You kill everybody around you, there's nobody else who you can't even win some comfort from and communication from. And don't say you don't care, because you obviously do care if you feel bad about the way people feel about you. You want them to feel good. You want them to treat you positive. You want people to like you. You want people to understand you and support you and give you a high five. That's what most people want. Obviously. And you say you love someone, you love your partner, and then you end up beating them and slapping them. You're supposed to love me, only me, slap. What are you talking about? Or treating your kids like that. I mean, there's people that treat their kids so badly too, and there's some people who abuse their kids, lock them in a room or in a cupboard for years and years. Your stories of this stuff and kidnapping too and paedophilia and disgusting stuff. And starving them and things like this. There's stuff going on in this world now. You need to get your head sorted out. You don't need a doctor or a psychiatrist or some brainwashing or some Miley Cyrus or whatever's on the internet. You just need to keep it real. Oh, this is okay, this is not okay, this is blah, 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 blah. And you're protesting one day or the other, don't even know what you're going on about. And they're singing. You know, you hear no hate, no fear. No, welcome here. No hate. And someone's, oh, hey, and they're like having a banging the drums like it's a joke. Or they go around smashing the whole place up rather than making life better. You should make life better, not because of some president in control or whoever's thinking different to you. You should try to make the world better yourself. It starts from you, and work together with people the best you can. And you might find a room where there's 100 people who don't agree with you, or they don't like you, or they don't follow the same way. But you might go out into another room or go outside in the world, and you'll find that there are people that do think like you too. You've got to make communication and connection with those people. Always try and find your way in this world and make the world a better place yourself. You've got to do. I'm not singing Michael Jackson songs here, but you've got to make the world a better place in yourself. Look in the mirror and all that. You know what I mean? Don't let people rule you. You know, and all this violence going on in the world, it's not going to help anyone. It's just going to set a bad example for everybody, and the young generation's growing up. And then the next minute, you know, you're going outside and stripping buck naked on a subway and all this. I mean, come off it. And you end up waking up with pneumonia or sickness, and you're blaming the healthcare and this and that, the stuff that you're funded and slaving to in the first place anyway. And I believe there's a lot of stuff we can't control in society because of the robotic human beings that are out there trying to control your situation. But I believe you can control your situation to a degree. I believe the people together, and it proves that they can do a lot. So if you can cause that much destruction and disruption to the place together, can you imagine what you could do if you were together and was positive and constructive? It's possible, right? You've got power. As much focus as you put into something, that's how much power you've got in something, right? But you've got to be calm. You've got to be not calm and patient with people. It's like, just literally forget negativity, just do the right thing, and your life will be better. Be more healthy in yourself. Bring more, and things will work themselves out. Don't make it so if you're so complicated, how much of what you speak like, what you think like, just political correctness garbage and whatever they're putting in your mind, people are turning people against each other anyway. This group, that group, and give our group rights, our group wants to be. Already you're separating yourself from other people by saying you're different. By saying that, you know what I mean, that there's something between you, or there's nothing between you. You know what I'm trying to say? We're all the same, we're all human beings underneath it all. It doesn't matter if this guy likes to have a pineapple pen, apple, whatever the hell, I'm just saying, right? Whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. This guy likes to eat pizza, this guy likes to eat chicken. Well, this guy's got a girlfriend from Hawaii, this girl's got a girlfriend from Japan. It doesn't matter you like chocolate, the other guy likes fucking, noodles. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say, right? So I'm going to finish this one here and just say keep positive and stop the violence and just spread that message to kids, Violence is not the way to go. And stay sane, okay? I'll see you in another video soon, okay? Take care, train hard and stay safe. Thanks for watching. Remember that, okay? I'm just telling you because it's a real world. It's not just a video on here. This is your real life, what you're doing, okay? And you might say, well, that's the world there, and you watch it for entertainment on the internet and that. But the truth is, you're making it yourself. You're making it yourself, and you're doing it ourselves. We're the ones making it happen. Go online now. If you don't believe me, go online. Look for videos yourself. Look for the amount of violence. Just type in fight or violence or protest or violent, whatever, protest, riots, anything, arson, houses getting burned down, all this stuff that's out there, and look what's in the news every day. I'm not saying believe in this or believe in that, or who's saying who's right or political, blah, 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 and all this brainwash. I'm not saying brainwash, I'm saying use your eyes, use your natural senses, your actions, and no matter what, no matter how close or far it is, or whatever ideal this or that, or no matter what you want to stand for. I mean, really stand for good. Really start with yourself. Start doing right today. Children also need to be educated well to understand. I believe a man and a woman. You've got male and female. Physically, however you're born, that's what you are. None of this identity, and I don't believe in aliens. There's a guy who's chopping himself up trying to look like an alien. They're trying to brainwash people now, try to get people like half robotic. They want to put chips up people's backsides and stuff, it seems. You know, I'm saying, but I've got to be clear to some point. Kids, you know, they think violence is okay because it's glamorized. There's nowadays, you always see people say, you know, fucking shit, they're swearing all the damn time, they're using any kind of language, anything's okay, however you dress, you can go buck naked, the adults are smoking weed and drugs, anything's okay, political correctness, free speech, all this stuff, but nothing's okay still, you're not free really, you're just all slaving to each other. Racism, and literally everybody's keeping that problem up because they're not stopping. You just need to stop. Everybody just needs to stop something anything negative and be positive. You say, oh, what do you define as morality? What do you define as positive? That's only for you. You can say all that if you want, but come on, let's be honest. Just don't do anybody harm. Don't hate anybody first and foremost. That's what it's about. Just treat people fairly how you'd wish to be treated. You know what I mean? Take care of your health and your safety and keep your kids safe and make this world safe, damn it, for the next generations and the generations to come beyond us and that, you know. And don't beat up old people and don't, you know, and be just respectful to people, you know, just be respectful. But when you're driving a car, don't drive like a maniac and have some accident. You know, when you're late of a night time or whatever, if you're like, you got young people or whoever like playing music loud late of a night and someone knocks on your door and then and the next minute you know you want to knife somebody to death. What? Well, you don't have to carry on like that. People need to sleep. Have respect. You don't need to beat up women. You don't need to rape people. You don't need to abuse anybody. You don't need to be a coward. Violence is cowardice. I'm saying it now. I'm saying it now and I can shut the hell up, but you're going to wake up in hell. You're going to wake up in a world full of what? Dead bodies and cannibals and what? Would you expect the world's going to be? If everything's okay, let's build houses of crap. There's people getting their heads chopped off. There's people getting hung. There's all kinds of stuff going on in the world. You need to teach the kids. That violence shouldn't be glamorized. They're watching all this MMA and what's on the TV and all that. You know, come on now. You know what's all this is all right, this and that. No, they're poisoning you, putting stuff in your food. They're what's going on in the world? It's all for the money and it's all for ego and all this stuff. They're getting brainwashed as well on the TV. People smoking weed and heroin and drugs, and people, you know, people are just, my God, I don't even know what to say. I really don't know. And you hear young kids and stuff calling out and protesting with the adults, and they think, what are you going on about, man? The grass is green, the sky is blue. What the hell be true to you, you know? Right? If you were to jump off a building there, you'd be done. There'd be nothing else left of it. You know what I'm saying? If this world was to just suddenly, if there was a massive dust storm that just blew everything away, you'd have nothing. You wouldn't have anything to be crying about your Starbucks is selling this and this is blah blah blah. Come on now, and the way people dress and what's in style and all this bloody nonsense, you know, and all the bling bling and who's got the money, man? Who's got the all this bull BS, you know? Come on now. And you hear, I saw this video the other day about some woman complaining about what kind of man she wants. And she was saying that for many years she's not had a lover and a partner because she's too complicated and men just don't understand her. She said, a woman doesn't want a man to be too nice because then you think he's desperate, or you don't want him to be too nasty because what the hell? If you're so complicated, you want a chocolate cake, but you don't want it too sweet, or you want a bit more this or that, or too much cream. At the end of the day, you're not going to have anything. I want money, but I want brand new notes. I don't want crumpled up ones. Come on, man. Come on, man. I want these flash trainers because everybody else has got them. There's people that have got no shoes on their damn feet. There's people dying literally of starvation. There's no water in the world in some places. There's people that have had everything taken away. People that have been told by the doctor they're going to die. There's people that have got cancer and stuff. But you're going around smoking weed and heroin, giving it to kids. Gangbangers around. There's fights going in prison. People going in and out of prison thinking it's okay. You've got tattoos and stuff trying to join gangs because they just want to affiliate themselves with other people. With a belief that what? If I have to hold and try to control something to be powerful, I'm a slave to that. I'm not controlling anything. I should be able to control myself. And nothing control me. That's what we learn in martial arts. That's what it's all about. No matter, this is me, little skinny weakling me saying it. If you was in front of me, maybe you'd be a very confident person standing here, maybe shouting at me now, telling me this and that. Big tough guy. Oh, I'll show you a few moves, man. You need to do some push-ups. What you need to do, man, and all this. Yeah, well done. If you can't be humble and you can't be honest, you can't be true. You're just gonna be fake your whole damn life. At the end of the day, we all eat what we do. We can't eat all the food in the world in one day. Spend all the money. You know. You've got 10 cars, you can't drive them all at the same time. You've got 10 houses, you can't live in them all. You've got one lifetime, so what are you going to use? How are you going to use it? You know? What are you going to do? How can you inspire the world? What is your mark on this world? Is it a mark of a piece of crap? Or something broken that can be just rebuilt again? You smashed up a few houses in your life. Oh, well done. You've beaten up and killed a few people, you know. What's the mark left? When you're gone, you're better off. You're gone, aren't you? There's people still surviving, generation after generation. So what about your life? You say people don't value you. You should value your life. That's my advice, people. Value your life. If you're getting bullied, whoever you are, too, by the way, if you're a child, if you're a kid, a young person, or an adult, whoever you are, a man, a woman, or whoever, if you know what's right and you're not happy, don't follow people. Don't let people lead you down the wrong way, and don't lose belief in yourself. Focus on yourself. You've got power. You know what it is. You might not have all the money in the world. Heck, your parents might not even treat you very well. Maybe you feel like a slave. Maybe you feel like a servant. Maybe you feel like you're in a prison. Maybe you feel nobody understands you. But at the end of the day, you know you don't like this. You know it's not right. But you don't have to fall to their level by hating and attacking them, or, you know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, let's say. There's a light earlier than that, I believe. You find another way in your life. You can always make choices. That's what we can always do. You can't do anything immediately, but you can always immediately try to make choices and plan and take turns in your life. You never know, you might end up living somewhere else, or finding another job, or making new friends, and making new ideas for yourself a reality. You know, so if I was you, I'd just stay positive and stick on that path, is what I was saying, right? Stick on that one, the path of self-belief inside yourself. I've been through a lot in my life. I've come far, and I know in terms of my travelling and where I've lived and my situations, I've been through a lot. I was bullied when I was a kid too. I've been mugged. I've had a lot of things. My life hasn't been as bad as it has for some people, as in being tortured or, you know, been abused. But it's like, I've been far, and I know that with patience and with a positive attitude through it, no matter what, and always looking for good and always trying to avoid negativity, that's the way to go. There's nothing wrong with you. You're getting bullied by people or looked down on by people. Those people have got something wrong with them. You've got nothing wrong with you. You know? So eat what you will in a day. Work if you have to, you know what I'm saying? To live. Eat what you will. Find time to do recreation. Keep healthy. Be creative. You know? Inspire people that way. Show people that way what you're capable of. Show people that you're capable and what you're able to focus on, or what you're doing. Are you really, really, you know, inspired by just people who are so negative? What's more amazing is someone who can create or someone who can destroy something. I don't know. Anyone can attack. You know, it's just. I'm going to stop this video here. I'm going to say thanks so much for watching, guys. Okay, just my few words to everybody there. But I'm telling you now, there's another way to survive, or there's another way to experience in life and enjoying it better than believing that you're hard done by whatever in society. There's so much fakeness in society anyway. Start treating yourself good. Find other ways and build yourself up and work it out as you go along. And make communication with people. Make more friends if you can. Try and, if you can't find them here, find them there. And build up your army of friends, and then you won't feel beaten down by this small group of petty enemies. You don't need the time for people like that. Damn them, you know. There's people in the world who are poorer, and people who've been through a lot hard. People who've been through hardships and a lot of crap in their life. They'll value someone reaching out and supporting them. Believe me. So if you reach out to people more, They might admire you. You might seem poor to them at first, or you might seem this. If they see the confidence that you have, not confidence to deal with people and control this. You have confidence. You're just naturally understanding what you like in life, what you do, and you share. You talk about your interests and this and that, or you praise people for what they're doing. You might not even be interested, but just give people support. They'll feel better. They might come back. You might get so much more in return. You really, really will, which is good. If you go around attacking people, if you kill someone, that you're not going to be able to get support from anybody that way, are you? If you or treat people down, if you be rude to people, you hit people or whatever, abuse people in any way, you're not going to get respect. All you're going to get is fear, people running from you, or people wanting to kill you or fight you back. You're not going to get any real respect. You're not going to have. It's going to be a constant battle, and you're going to have to keep on upholding this ego and this negative feeling. It's just exhausting work for yourself. Come on now. If you're happy and positive, and in yourself, and you're doing productive things, and you're relaxed, and you've got a few people around you who you can just spend time with and enjoy the time, and the same for your lover as well, whoever. That's what life's about. The family should keep it in control as well, and be more positive and be a good role model to their kids, and children. I don't even have kids right now, fair enough. But I'm saying though, children should be taught, because violence is wrong, and I've seen so many kids filming up this violence, fighting and bullying, and uploading it on YouTube, thinking that's the way to go because the adults are doing this, that, and the other. I want to be like so and so, yeah, bling bling and ground and pound, or whatever the hell. It's not on. It's not on. I'm telling you now. Look to nature, not as in that's my nature, it's my logic. Look to nature. Atoms and cells, what we are, male and female, an animal's an animal, a stone's a stone. But as for people trying to stone people to death, beat people, torture people, beating up women, paedophiles around, arson, vandalism, killing, stabbing, shooting, suicide, self-harm, going around, chop your body up, all this stuff, transsexual, transgender, robotisation, the singularity they're trying to call this and that, and they still can't even figure the universe out, let alone whatever, religions or science. It's like we can't really know everything, right? You can't be a god yourself. So at the end of the day, just enjoy the learning process and experience of life, and just try and communicate as we go through life. Enjoy it and have fun while you're here. Why not? The battle anyway. You might say you enjoy the battle, but it's like, come on, you're exhausting yourself fighting so long. When you're old, what are you going to look back on when you see the world around you? Do you really feel the world's improving or getting better in a lot of areas? In some ways maybe, but in technology, but do you really feel the world's improving? Do you really feel the sanity of people are really improving around? The safety in a lot of it? Do you really feel that? We can't control natural things like typhoons and hurricanes and earthquakes and volcanoes, fair enough. But do you feel safe? What are we going to do about it? If you don't want to be an old person living in this world, just wishing you're dead or feeling really unsafe because the youths around us just, it's a living hell, then be an example, role model, good teacher, and good companion to all humanity, and the youths and whoever's kids are, and let everybody, men, women, and everybody, just be naturally. Respect your family, love yourself, love your country, love your people, love your, just be positive is my advice. Otherwise, you're going to be living in a shithole, I'll say it, or dying in one. At the end of the day, no one's going to be crying over spilt milk. It's no use. You'll be gone when you're gone. Be positive. Stop the violence. Violence is wrong. Violence is wrong. Look at the violence on YouTube, and you might think it's entertaining. Someone getting punched in the mouth, lights out. Yeah, but it's like, come on now. Think about the consequences. The violence. Look at the stuff going on in France now as well, smashing up the place, and it's just beyond me. It just doesn't make any sense. People don't want to live in fear. So live by the sword, die by the sword. Live by the gun, die by the gun, and all this. You know what I'm saying? Violence breeds more violence and more hatred and revenge, and that you've got to look over your shoulder. If there's no reason to fight or argue, then what's the reason to? If there's no reason to be a slave to people, then what's the reason to? If there's no reason to be afraid of what someone thinks about you. It's what they think. So that's their thing. Just be positive, be constructive. Don't go wasting your money on some crap or some drugs and then arguing with someone. So, oh man, can you lend me some money, man? I thought we were friends. Well, come on, being a slave like that, selling yourself like a hoe. I've got to be real. Right? I'm freezing cold standing here, so I'm going to go home, okay? Thanks for listening. If you think I've spoken a load of crap here, then fine, that's up to you. But I think we need to make the world a better place, okay? Start today. Can we do that, everybody, yeah? Yeah! All the guys in the prisons who are going around busting each other up and killing each other's gangs, they can do the same thing on their different turfs or wherever in the world. They can stop taking drugs today. They could just get together, play a game of cards or whatever the hell they want to do, Pokemon, Ding Dong, whatever the hell, and just have a great time and have a laugh. You can get some chicken and chips or whatever the hell. I'm just saying, right? Right? If you want to live not knowing if you what tomorrow's going to be, if you want to live in this darkness that you're living in, anybody in the world, then what the hell are you doing, you know? Weakness. Youths as well, okay, the teenagers and young youths, I've got to say this, okay, don't follow idiots around if you know something's wrong. You might feel like you're pushed and pressured into it, the same as any kind of groups and stuff in the world. I know anybody who's listening to this, people living in fear under all kinds of different situations. Now, whoever you may be, whoever you are, there's always a way out. If you're determined to do something creative, you can do it. And start by getting out of the negativity. Get away, separate yourself from them people straight away, the best you can. It might be hard, you might have to do it indiscreetly, you might sneak, but do something. You've got to escape the crap that's destroying you and destroying everybody. One by one, us people, individuals, can make massive changes in the world. It's getting worse. Let's make it better. Right, let's do it. Thanks for watching. Take care now. Train hard and stay safe. It's the real spirit of martial arts. It's the real spirit of life and humanity. You're here, you're alive. Health is the way to go. Bow.